talk about the Century Initiative. What a wonderful idea. You know what we should do, actually? Let's do a ChatGPT. What is the Century Initiative? The Century Initiative is a Canadian nonprofit organization focused on growing Canada's population to 100 million by the year 2100. 100 million. That's another 59 million. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of math. Ready?
Okay, we need 2100, so by the year 2100, and we are currently in 2025. Okay, so in 75 years, okay, we have to bring in 59 million. 1, 2, 3. Oh, shit.
In 75 years equals. So we have to bring in, on average, if we want to hit the target, 786,666 people per year.
Way too much.
In order to meet the goal of the Century Initiative. The goal is to enhance Canada's economic prosperity, culture, and vitality, and geopolitical influence in the world by significantly increasing its population through immigration and high birth rates. How are they going to influence the high birth rates? I mean, the immigration part, well, they were on a roll, but we all see what happened. That ended pretty swiftly.
It ended badly.
And we never got anywhere close to 86,000 people in a year, right? Which means we're going to have to make up for lost time and kick it into high gear.
Power, come on!
Jerry, that's too much! Oh my God!
What's that smoke?
You've ruined the engine!
The engine up!
You've
Come
done
on!
the engine!
Power!
You've killed it!
Oh.
If you buy into my thesis that Canada is a third world country disguised as a mighty nation, right? Disguised as a G7 nation or a G20 nation. Really, we're no better than Zimbabwe. We're no better than any other third world country. And so by getting more of us here to mine more of the stuff and to bring wages down, because there's so many goddamn people, this becomes a real crazy productive prison for the populace and the taxpayers. Can you imagine if the place you lived in more than doubled all of a sudden? Everywhere in the country more than doubled all of a sudden.
Are they trying to come to my country? If so, we shut the borders, that's what I say. If in doubt, kick them out, that's what I say.
I mean, it is over 70 something years, but like, can you imagine one more generation away, everything doubles? I mean, I guess during my generation, Toronto doubled. I can't imagine Toronto if it doubled again. Holy shit. I mean, now it's a disaster bomb. Population growth reaching 100 million people by 2100, which requires increasing Canada's annual immigration levels significantly. Can you imagine the strain on our economy if we did this? Economic growth, ensuring Canada remains economically competitive on a global scale by having a larger, younger, and more dynamic population. This seems like a whole bunch of hooey. Urban planning, developing infrastructure, housing, transportation, and other essential services to accommodate the increased population with a focus on building vibrant... Holy cow. Well, and the crazy thing is that Mark Carney just hired... Who did Mark Carney?
A few moments later.
Mark Carney has appointed Mark Wiseman, co-founder of the Century Initiative, to Canada-U.S. Relations Council. Wiseman, a former BlackRock executive. Okay, do you see what's going on here, people? You think BlackRock and Mark Wiseman and Mark Carney and the Canada-U.S. Relations Council give a about you and me? And if we can afford our house, or if it's going to be some other dude who affords it at half the price, do they care? This appointment has sparked discussions, particularly among those concerned about the implications of such population growth on Canada's infrastructure and resources. It's important to note that while Carney has acknowledged the role of immigration and economic growth, he has also expressed the need for sustainable levels that align with Canada's capacity to provide housing, healthcare, and social services. The inclusion of Wiseman in the advisory council suggests that Carney is seeking diverse perspectives on blah fucking blah. Is the century
One eternity later.
highly debated topic in Canada, and whether it's a good idea for the current people in Canada depends on how it is implemented and the perspectives of different stakeholders. Pros: economic growth and competitiveness. A larger population can boost economic growth through a stronger workforce. This is hell on earth, man. Immigration can help offset Canada's aging population. Okay, I don't think we need that many, though. Cultural diversity is a fucking nightmare, guys. Does anybody not realize that all this cultural diversity is actually really a problem? Maybe back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, when people assimilated differently, it was different. But now it's a fuck up. Now you got streets shut down for prayers and crap like that all the time, right? You got all kinds of weird shit going on. Global influence. Okay, that's for sure. You'd have a much bigger global influence if you had 100 million slaves here. Cons: strain on housing and infrastructure. You think? The real estate market is already facing affordability issues. Rapid population growth could worsen this problem unless massive investment in housing is made. Now keep in mind, we are listening to an AI here. Infrastructure such as public transit, roads, healthcare, and education system may struggle to keep pace with fast population growth. No shit. We can't even get a new subway done in 15 years.
Just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shithole! Do you know what I mean? Birmingham is a fucking shithole! I hate the fucking place! I fucking hate it! It's full of dickheads! I fucking hate it!
Environmental concerns, social cohesion, economic inequality. Okay. Homeowner and developers like you. See? ChatGPT even knows who I am. More people could mean more demand for housing and development projects, which is economically beneficial. Renters and low-income Canadians. Increased demand for housing could make affordability issues worse, especially in major cities like Toronto and Vancouver. Workers. It could enhance job opportunities, but also increase competition in certain sectors. What? Okay, so Century Initiative, not great, not fun, not a good idea, and not really exciting for the audience, it seems.